may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. Well. Oh no, the cameraman. Bro, you command millions and you can't even keep your door locked?
Oh, you poor souls!
I'll bleed you dry.
Initiative. All combats act in turns and their order is determined by an initiative roll. The order of turns is displayed on the left side of the screen from bottom to top. The character at the very bottom goes first and then the one above them and so on. I'm gonna hit F5. Can I quick save? Yes, we have quick save. All right, got it. Theodora casts kill them and runs away. She got behind cover.
I took care of this.
Whoa!
Reduced to dust.
Whoa! Oh, he's cool. What class is he? Whoa! Dude, they're blue. Miss. Yo, we got some units in here. Dude, did you see that? He just like tilted his head, dodge. Cover. Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind are marked with a shield or a shield with a skull. When standing close to them, the character will automatically take up an advantageous position. In this case, the chance that enemy attacks will hit the cover and not the character behind them increases. You will not receive a bonus if attacked from a side not protected by current cover.
What? No.
I want to buff that guy because he's clearly melee, but I would have to... I'd have to get way closer. Alright, so, alright, I guess let's throw a buff on that guy. And voice of command.
Even I won't do that. I'm powerless.
Alright, it won't let me do that. Let's see, one.
Schemes within schemes.
Dodge, that was a 75% chance. I've still done 0 damage ever. No, I can't heal yet. Did that hit me? Theodora. Woo! I don't know what that gun was, but that was cool.
I've suffered worse. One fewer.
Abelard, why did you run past that dude twice? Is that a flamer? No, Melta Scorching. Your character has received a temporary positive effect from an ally. Such effects enhance the character's capabilities in combat in some way. To learn more about the effect you've gained, hover your cursor over the effects icon next to the character portrait. Kill them. Plus 50 ballistic skill till the end of combat. I had plus 50 ballistic skill and I still missed that guy? I'm buffing your arms. 29%. That is not a great chance to hit. Alright, so do I stay behind cover or run out here and try to shoot? Oh, 86% on that one.
A genius at work. Ah! Another one!
Yay! My first blood. Your character landed a crit and deals increased damage equal to the character's critical damage stat. Character's crit damage is 150% of normal damage by default. However, it can be increased. Each weapon has its own crit damage, which is added to the character's total stat value during attack. Okay. Don't worry, Beatrice. I buffed your arms. Plasma overcharge. Oh, parry. Get him, Mort. Dodge? You dodged that? What?
Oh, the storm approaches.
Come on and slam and welcome to Japan, kids. It's time for
Let's
tentacles.
see.
Finally, I can buff Abelard's arms. Can't do any of that.
What if?
Yo, that range, though. That was a way longer range than what I've got. Cop showing up after the horror movie villain has already been taken out. Theodora waves her hand in a commanding gesture. Mort! Take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. The rogue trader turns her eyes to you. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck. Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. She looks at the Vox in her hand. All you can hear is lifeless static. The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now. Possibly. Quite likely. She winces and flicks the switch on her Vox a few times. We will investigate it at a later time. Right now we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation. Alright, so just based on what I know of Warhammer, if we're in the warp right now, I'm guessing that like some Geller shielding failed it or was sabotaged and there are some people going insane. That's just my guess. What are your orders? She breaks eye contact with you. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid and be quick about it. End dialogue. Find the Arch-Militant. I have a tool that will allow me to check the status of the distant compartments that are out of Vox contact, but we'll have to wait for Mort's results. Alright, I don't see an option to like loot the bodies or anything, so I'm not sure if that's something that can be done. What is this thing? The massive golden structure never stops moving for a moment. Light bounces off the orbits and figures representing celestial bodies. Alright, quick save. So, wait, where did Mort go this way? Where did Mort go?
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Are they fighting each other? I guess that's supposed to be like background combat. So there's a bridge over there. Is that Mort? That might be Mort. What is that weapon? Mort! Oh, they're on our side. Okay. Coonrad. He lets out a sigh of relief upon seeing you. Thank Providence you're alive and well. Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff off out the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Coonrad pointedly looks away from the Arch-Militant to you. Mort, pull yourself together. Mort, the Arch-Militant, looks back at you. What, did the captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away. He pulls his Vox from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. Okay, she's here. The Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent, the Vox Master is not responding, armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and the Arch-Militant has destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. Coonrad, I have not yet received word from the Enginarium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I'm receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. Voigtvir pauses. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. We should provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. Perhaps then we might stop this wave from spreading. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure, and I have the means to do both things at once. Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously. Hey, Hardtrox, thanks for the prime, buddy. Appreciate that. Theodora looks at Voigtvir. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. I tried to locate him, but the last thing about his movements is that he arrived on transitional deck 18. Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Ethelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Trass and the Sister of Battle. Both are to... We have a Sister of Battle on board? Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Mukluk. She glances at you thoughtfully. If I may, Lord Captain. Voigtvir's voice is soft and cautious. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Ethelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at quickly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Arch-militant, and taking into consideration Ethelthrad's psychic powers... Okay, it looked like another dialogue came up, but then just went away. I wonder if that was a bug. Oh, okay. Then it's settled. Mukluk, find Ethelthrad, bring him here in whatever state you find him. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? I shall do everything in my power. She hisses in fury. Not everything in your power. You'll do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come. That was not a good enough answer, Jeff. Kunrad, Voigtvir gives you a nod. Are you ready to head to 18? It's a long walk and you do not even have proper gear. You should stand in front of me and shield me. I shall make do. Lead the way. Of course you will. He rummages in his pocket for something. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs, but that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. No! Voigtvir! You traitor! I promised you a special destiny, Mukluk. It is time to fill it. We've lost Voigtvir. He's gone mad. He was my friend of 90 seconds. We were so close. Give me 1 minute, chat. Okay. Pressing a key.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Has Buck talked about Honor Mode in BG3? Would he ever try it? I am game for it sometime in the future. I beat Divinity Original Sin 2 on Honor Mode, but I just did 2 full playthroughs, 200 hours of BG3. I'm not ready for another playthrough yet. Voigtvir, you two-faced scum! You are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Use my psychic powers on Voigtvir. You close your eyes and try to focus, then you feel the touch of something sharp. Voigtvir has somehow sensed a shift in the warp and delivered a preemptive strike. Dang it, I was like, explode his brain! One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. Success or failure affects how the dialogue will develop. Depending on the context, you might change the course of the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an action whose consequences will only become apparent later. Hover your cursor over the dialogue option that requires a skill test, and you will see a tooltip detailing your chances of success. The number after the skill's name indicates the difficulty of the test. Once your character starts traveling with allies, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skill will be selected for each test. Kunrad Voitvir. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet. Whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices each echo against each other, drowning out your own thoughts. Hello.
Sorry, I didn't see your message.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Thank you. My wife was kind enough to bring me lunch, chat. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. I don't know if he's the one doing the voice. All right. I don't want to do what this guy says, right? I'm a hostage. But there is 5 dudes with guns and this guy with a knife all surrounding me. There's not much I can do. I will do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for this, you filth.
I doubt it, my dear. But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
And dialogue. You can take them. So far in combat, I've missed 4 out of 5 shots. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torcho twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with 2 ember-like irises. Tech use 45. Examine the device. 80% chance. Success. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy which is used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You might suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic, an incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. Am I supposed to let him bite me to get the blood? A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voitvir wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in the hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you're used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread and has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Alright, so I have no other options. Place your hand in the Sentinel's maw. The Sentinel's jaw clamps around your hand, puncturing skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dart drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaw remains closed, and you're beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this has ever happened.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this voice is coming from. Crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel, the cogitator, a figment of your weary mind? Whatever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your subconscious does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Well, there is still another way.
That was wonderful. Dude, all of these things are flamethrowers?
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Oh my god, is this the document? This is like a giant typewriter. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of a warrant of trade and bestow upon them a mission to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what is lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily through the road of thorns, through the pain to greatness. That was too fast.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
In place of the mechanical screeching, the Servo Skull's Vox projects the voice of Theodora von Valancius, distorted and ridden with static, yet still recognizable beyond a doubt. Vox Master, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
It goes silent, relays clicking. Seconds after seconds passes, and you realize the Servo Skull will not answer to you. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Alright, lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Alright. As the game's story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating the status of your current objective has been updated and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J or clicking left mouse button on the notification at the top of the screen. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your character on their journey. The Quest tab tracks the progress of the main story. Here you can find information about any quest you've accepted and their current status. Use the journal to help yourself understand where to go on the next steps of your adventure. Rumors and contracts section also contain important information. You'll learn more about them later.
What lies beyond?
Seal the warrant chamber.
Master. What? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Kunrad Voigtvir is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something and is trying to reach the warrant, somehow part of his plan. Oh, holy God, Emperor.
God Emperor.
Oh, there he goes.
I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Voigtvier openly admitted he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Items received: stub revolver, sword, armored body glove, and a medkit. Hang on, sorry friends. Games where I have to read out loud are not good for eating lunch. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrat. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum hit points within maximum wounds within 1 round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medkit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medkit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a Medicaid test to succeed. Use Medicaid kits to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of the wounds, they fall unconscious. Once combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a medkit. Medkits can only be used by characters who have Field Medic feature, base skill Medicaid, or have taken Medicaid skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medkit in battle, the Medicaid skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Click left mouse button on Abelard's portrait, select medkit on the panel on the bottom left of the screen, and use it on your character. Abelard needs to be standing right next to your character for him to administer treatment. Old injury. Okay.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
Okay, so medkit.
Let's patch you up.
Your efforts are noted. To the ordinary, I am an enigma.
You've got new items. All items added to inventory. Open it by pressing I or clicking on the bag icon on the right-hand side of the screen. On the inventory screen, weapons, armor, and other items can be equipped or interacted with in other ways. Medikits can be used to replenish wounds and heal injuries. Alright. So can I swap? Okay, it looks like there's a weapon swap system. Armored body glove. The character wearing this armor will dodge 35% of average enemy attacks in this chapter. In this chapter? Reduces incoming damage of average enemy attacks in this character by 10%. Okay. Can't be equipped by this character. Really? I thought being a biomancer I would have Medicaid. Do I not? That kind of surprises me if that's the case. Have you checked out Return to Moria? No, I have not.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Can I quick save in conversation? No, I cannot.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
What is a biomancer? Type of, so a psyker is someone that has like psychic powers, but if they use too much of it, they basically rip a hole open between reality and hell. So you have to be careful. Biomancer specializes in messing with flesh. You can make allies stronger, you can make enemies weaker, you can force wounds to close, things like that. But I'm level